Hello my friends, in today's episode on Grainificent, I will be talking about the life and legacy of a great photographer, Ara Güler. If I pronounced that right. If not, you can correct me down in the comments below. If you like this type of videos, please remember to hit the like button. It shows the YouTube algorithm that my videos are worthy of showing to others. And hit the subscribe button. It shows me I make helpful and interesting videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. In the heart of Istanbul, where the waters of the Bosphorus kiss the city's shores and the whispers of centuries echo in its labyrinthine streets, there lived a man who turned fleeting moments into eternal stories. Ara Guler, often called the Eye of Istanbul, was more than a photographer. He was a storyteller, a chronicler of life's poetic randomness, and a witness to history. With his camera, he transformed the ordinary into the extraordinary, capturing the soul of a city and a world in flux. Born in 1928 in the district of Beyoğlu, Ara Güler was destined to live at the crossroads of cultures, just as his city did. Istanbul, the city of his heart, was not merely a backdrop in his work, but a living, breathing protagonist. Its crumbling walls, bustling markets, and contemplative fishermen were as much a part of his photographic language as light and shadow. Güler's journey into becoming one of the world's most celebrated photojournalists was anything but conventional, and his craft was shaped as much by serendipity as by intention. Güler initially pursued dreams of becoming a filmmaker. Inspired by the golden age of cinema, he enrolled in Istanbul University's Department of Economics, but soon found himself gravitating towards storytelling through imagery rather than numbers. In the 1950s, he began working at Yeni Istanbul, a prominent Turkish newspaper, where his talent for capturing human emotion began to flourish. His transition to photography was not merely a career change, it was a calling. In the years following World War II, the world was undergoing rapid transformations. Empires were dissolving, new nations were emerging, and technological advancements were reshaping the human experience. Amid this upheaval, Güler's lens became a time machine, freezing moments of profound significance. His images didn't just document events, they invited viewers to feel the weight of history. Whether he was photographing the quiet dignity of a shoemaker in a narrow Istanbul alley, or the grandeur of Winston Churchill's gaze, Güler imbued his subjects with an almost cinematic vitality. Güler's photographs of Istanbul are perhaps his most iconic work, and they serve as an emotional map of a city in transition. Through his lens, Istanbul of the mid-20th century is both melancholic and resilient. The black and white images, stark yet tender, reveal a city caught between tradition and modernity. One sees fishermen casting their nets under the Galata Bridge, children playing in cobblestone streets, and merchants selling their wares in chaotic bazaars. Each photograph is a love letter to a city that Güler described as unforgiving yet enchanting. His work resonated far beyond Istanbul. As a photojournalist for international publications such as Time, Life, and Paris match, Güler traveled extensively, capturing the spirit of places and the essence of people, from Anatolian villages to the pyramids of Egypt, from bustling European capitals to the remote corners of Asia. Güler's camera was a passport to humanity. Yet, he always insisted that photography was not an art, but a craft. "I am a photojournalist," he would say, rejecting the label of artist. For Güler, his mission was to document, to preserve truth, and to tell stories that might otherwise be forgotten. Despite his humility, Güler's work carries the depth and nuance of fine art. Consider his portrait of Pablo Picasso, taken at the artist's studio in 1971. In it, his expression both intense and introspective, framed by the chaos of his workspace. The image is more than a portrait. It is a study of a creative mind in its natural habitat. Similarly, his photograph of Salvador Dali captures the surrealist's eccentricity. In these moments, Güler's lens becomes a mirror, reflecting the essence of his subjects with unflinching honesty. Perhaps one of Güler's most remarkable traits was his ability to find the extraordinary in the seemingly mundane. He once recounted how during a walk in Istanbul, he stumbled upon a group of men playing cards in a dimly lit cafe. The smoke from their cigarettes curled in the air, and the light filtered through the windows in a way that seemed almost orchestrated. Güler snapped a photo, transforming an ordinary evening into a timeless tableau of camaraderie and solitude. This instinct for storytelling, seeing what others might overlook, was the hallmark of his genius. Despite his international acclaim, Güler remained deeply connected to his roots. He often spoke of his Armenian heritage, which gave him a unique perspective on identity and belonging in a city as layered as Istanbul. His photographs of Armenian churches, Ottoman-era architecture, and Anatolian landscapes are imbued with a sense of cultural continuity, bridging the past with the present. Through his work, Güler preserved not only moments, but also the intangible spirit of places and communities. As the years passed, Güler became something of a legend. His camera as iconic as the images it produced, yet he remained unpretentious, often downplaying his achievements. He cared little for technical perfection or aesthetic trends. For him, the story always came first. In his words, "A good photograph is not about technique. It is about content, emotion, and the ability to move people." In his later years, Güler turned his attention to the rapidly changing face of Istanbul. The city he had documented so lovingly was transforming into a sprawling metropolis, its historic neighborhoods giving way to skyscrapers and modern developments. Yet, even as he lamented the loss of the Istanbul he knew, Güler continued to find beauty and meaning in the new. His work became a poignant reminder of the impermanence of life and the enduring power of memory. Ara Güler passed away in 2018, leaving behind a legacy that is both profound and personal. His photographs are not merely images. They are portals to a world that no longer exists. yet continues to live on in the collective memory. Through his lens, Güler captured the fleeting beauty of the human experience, reminding us that every moment, no matter how small, is worth cherishing. As we look at his work today, we see more than photographs. We see stories, histories, and a deep reverence for life's transient nature. Ara Guler was not just the Eye of Istanbul. He was the eye of humanity, capturing our shared dreams, struggles, and triumphs in a world that often rushes forward without pause. Güler's images invite us to stop, look, and remember, and in that remembering, we find ourselves. If you liked this video, please remember to leave a like. It shows the YouTube algorithm that my videos are worthy of showing to others. And if you like film photography related content, like this type of videos, darkroom equipment, film cameras, everything about film photography, please subscribe to the channel. It shows me I make helpful and interesting videos. And if you would like to help with the channel, there's a donation link down in the description below. You could also support with a support button under the video. And if you want more bang for your buck, you can always look into channel memberships, where from $1 a month you can see all the videos I make at least a month ahead of schedule. So, thank you for watching, my friends. Take care and see you in the next video.